January 11, 1943. Dear Margie. Received your Saturday letter, darling. Glad you are getting in some skiing. I sure wish I was with you, or you could be with me in the army. It's best if I were with you. I can just imagine us getting into a single bunk with about 60 men in the hut. I told you of yesterday's skiing. My legs are a little sore today. Of course, I couldn't expect anything else as it was really my first day skiing. I have a fairly busy night ahead of me, a shirt and towel to wash and shirt to iron, also have a shower. Didn't get one last night as the water was too cold. Today has been really mild and cloudy. I'm afraid we are due for another snowstorm, as if we didn't have enough now. The damned stuff is piled all over the place. The plow hasn't all the roads to their full widths yet. By the way, dear, have you ever sent that book Kate gave me? You said you were going to some time ago, and as I haven't received it, I wondered. Well, dear, 12 days from tonight I should be in Toronto, the start of our 14 days. I hope to leave on Friday night, so should be in about the same time Saturday morning as I was at Christmas time. Well, sweetheart, there isn't much news to give. I will surely be glad when I have you in my arms. I really get pretty lonesome even if there are lots of lads around, but it's all got to end someday, darling, and then we will be together. Well, we'll write again tomorrow, dear, so until then, darling, all my love. As ever. Roger XXXX. January 12, 1943. Dear Margie. Well, darling, Tuesday is over for some of the lads, but not for us. We are having a lecture at 7 o'clock this evening on bridging. Some of the lads are behind in lectures. I don't know whether I need it or not, but had better stay and find out. Each day brings my leave a little nearer, doesn't it, dear? We sure are going to have some fun when we go north, dear. We must try and make it in the daytime so you can see the Temagami bush. It is really something to see, dear. It gets monotonous after an hour or so, but it's something I would like you to see. We must try and get a few pictures this time, both in Muskoka and around Haileybury. We have to have records for the family album, don't we? There is quite a storm blowing up, and I'm afraid it means a blizzard tomorrow or cold weather. Either one will be bad as we go on the range with the Bren gun. That means all day with dinner out. I can't say I care for that. The grub is always cold and greasy. Not like making your own camp in the bush, building a shelter and good fire. However, we have to put up with it unless it is so cold the guys freeze up. Word has just come in that the lecture is postponed until tomorrow evening, so guess I'll iron a couple of shirts as they are in my pack damp and am afraid they might mildew. Glad you enjoyed Sunday's skiing, dear. I can just see you eating dinner after the hike back. I am glad you are like that. I don't like picky eaters. That's one thing you and I need never worry about. About the painting, darling, do you think we can afford it before the leave? There seems to be a lot of things to lay money on this month. Whatever you say, dear. Well, darling, I guess this is all for the present. We'll write again tomorrow, so until then, all my love to my lovely wife. As ever. Roger XXXX. January 13, 1943. Dear Margie. Well, darling, it's Wednesday evening and I'm waiting for the bridging instructor to come in and give us a recap. We had a light one last night with the officer, but certainly need more. We spent the day on the range. It wasn't so very cold, although it began to feel it the latter part of the afternoon. It was all Bren gun and I tried for second highest score. One lad got 95 and another and myself got 90. There were 65 men shooting, so figure that I did okay. Yes, darling, the furlough starts a week from this Friday night, but so far as knowing anything about the course after I can't say. We hear so many confusing stories about trade schools that we don't know where we are at. However, I did talk to a chap who had taken the course and he said it lasted 4 months. He took his in Halifax, but there is also a school in Ottawa. That's all the news I have. Of course, if my recommendation for commission comes through, I won't get to the school, but won't worry. I hope to see the major again before I come on furlough, so may have some definite news then. That's the trouble of the army, you never know anything definite. Well, darling, I will be glad when the next 9 days are over, because about this time on that night, I will be pounding the rails to my little wife. 9 days seem a long time, but hope to keep busy so the time will fly. There isn't much news to give you, sweetheart. We'll write again tomorrow evening. All my love to the sweetest girl on earth. As ever. Roger XXXXX.